Alright guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of items from T-Bone Racing. Now T-Bone was nice enough to actually send these parts over to me to just kind of put my paces through it and see how I like them. So of course we have the Arrma Nero right here, the 6S BLX 1/8 scale monster truck, and if you guys watched my running video of this, I definitely put it through some serious torture. So T-Bone has actually come out with some pretty cool parts in the past, and now on the Nero they've put their forte to it. Now of course their front basher bumpers are probably the best bumpers on the planet. So right here we have the basher bumper. Actually they're calling it the Thrasher front bumper. So there's a quick model number for you guys, but I will have links in the video description down below so you can check it out for yourself. But this thing is huge. I mean, this thing measures out to, at the very point, you're looking at 10 inches in diameter, and it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. And that's just the single section. There's actually the front right here, and there's also a back section back here that actually kind of sandwiches and makes it just even more durable. So you almost have a 1/4 inch of like a Delrin type of kind of pliable plastic to, you know, get your bash or your thrash on your new 1/8 scale monster truck. So to install the front bumper, it's pretty easy. They give you all the hardware needed because pretty much you're adding some additional material, so they're a little bit longer screws, but just definitely check those screws to make sure you're not going to damage anything just in case. So right here you just remove those two screws. You remove these two that are kind of attached to that front section for the front diff or the servo axis, and then they give you some spacers here just to keep everything nice and neat and really clammed down onto the under chassis here. But pretty much it comes all pre-assembled, so these two screws and these two are already pre-assembled for you. You just have to remove these two from your vehicle, remove these two, and then use the supplied hardware to refasten it. It's pretty easy. So the other item they sent over to me was the Wheelie Bar. Now, if you've driven an Arrma Nero, you definitely know it has some power. Even though it's four-wheel drive, this thing can definitely do some wheelies, backflips, and all sorts of things. So a good wheelie bar here will definitely keep you on the pavement and keep as much of those four tires down, locking in. So right here is a quick model number of the wheelie bar. Now this is the first prototype of it, so I believe they came out with a secondary version, but this thing works out pretty good. I don't see really too much of an improvement that can be made, but T-Bone's one of those great American companies that's always innovating things. They make it to order, almost like in and out. So a great company overall. So right here we have kind of like a top brace, a bottom brace that also acts as kind of like a rear bumper, and then the giant wheelie bar. So right here we're looking at, oh gosh, this thing is pretty wide as well, 9 1/4 inches, and some pretty good rubber back here. I mean, these wheels are a good 1.5 inches in diameter, so pretty thick overall, and this thing can definitely put up with some torture that you can dish out. This install is a little bit more complicated, but once again, it's pretty easy. So pretty much you'd remove these two screws from your under chassis, and you have to actually put this one together. So you have 3 pieces. They all get sandwiched right here with the wheelie bar being at the very end because it is kind of a chamfered screw hole design. And then at the very end, you just remove the screws that actually hold in your rear bumper, and you put in the new supplied screws. Everything bolts in great. I did add a lock nut at the very bottom down here just to keep everything secured. It looks like that may have been the second prototype that T-Bone Racing came out with. I'm not sure, I haven't checked yet, but overall this will be a great design out on the road. So, well, how does this thing perform now? Let's take it out and check it out.